Welcome to Omicron Guidelines, the SWGoH podcast that couldn't wait for its second episode to release and decided to cash in by hastily throwing together a poorly made holiday special. I am Mr. Maclunkey, joined possibly by Stratos. Do you hear that? That is the sound of ultimate suffering. My heart made that sound when Stratos overslept his alarms. He makes it now. I am forcing him to watch the holiday special tonight, so who else has the cause for ultimate suffering? We celebrate day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share together joyously. The day that takes us through the darkness, a day that leads us into might, a day that makes us want to celebrate the light. A day that brings the promise that one day we'll be free to live, to laugh, to dream, to grow, to trust, to love, to be. All right. Hey, Stratos, how's it going? Yeah? Any plans for the holidays coming up? I wish there were subtitles. I have no idea what you just said.
That was unintelligible Wookie sounds.
Oh, nice. It's one of those where even with the subtitles, it doesn't tell you much.
Usually, things that aren't translatable in other languages are reserved for very, very niche or deep ideas or for expletives.
Find out which one he said in a special post-credit deleted scene. So tonight we are going to be watching the holiday special. We are going to be chatting a bit about the holiday special itself, and as well, I think probably some opinions about the state of SWGoH that we didn't get a chance to talk about in the last episode, as well as anything else that seems to come to our mind throughout this. So I think without further ado, we'll at least get started on the episode and then go from there.
Like fun. Oh, hey, B-roll footage from A New Hope.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of that in this. I'm hoping that this doesn't get copyright struck. The fact that this entire thing is uploaded on YouTube gives me some hope in that regard.
I know your family's waiting.
I mean, we've been running under that risk since we started, considering all the related adjacent media properties that we are absolutely not associated with.
Yeah, you can't help but throw in a cheeky reference here and there.
Our only hope now is to outrun that Imperial garbage scow, though. I'm going to Lightspeed.
I do really love seeing something as big and grand as Star Wars, but with the lighting and makeup of like a bad television show.
Pleasant friends.
Makes me wonder what that canceled Star Wars TV show would have looked like.
Underworld? Or I think it was
I
Underworld.
think that was the one. They actually leaked some test footage.
It looked like it had potential. I feel like that had... God.
Man.
Yeah, you think Han looks a little rough in this lighting. Carrie is more drunk than I am right
Anthony
now.
Daniels as C-3PO. Peter
Yes.
Mayhew as Chewbacca.
This is one of my favorite parts.
R2-D2 as R2-D2.
R2 as himself.
James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader.
That's also B-roll from A New Hope, that scene where he's walking with the officer.
Yeah.
His wife Paula.
You know, this is probably also
His father,
a great chance for us to discuss the missed Wookiee opportunities that CG has squandered.
I mean, I can think of Gungi, which I feel like every time I mention Gungi, people always critique, especially Pariah, critiques my pronunciation of the Gungi Awards.
Diane Carroll.
Always called them the Gungi Awards, and in fact, I've started calling the Gungan race just Gungis.
Are you serious?
And I'm hoping one of these. Yeah, well, I guess it doesn't come out in text, but I always refer to them as the Gungis.
Yeah, it's a whole
Spelled
GIF
like
GIF
Gungi.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, which, you know, we all know which one's correct for that and everyone else is wrong, but
I also do want to take a moment, shout out for Retro Recipes. They are the people who have gone through and painstakingly upped the quality on this copy. So I will link their channel in the descriptions. We are watching their version of the holiday special here, which is why it is more than 4 pixels on screen right now.
you know, I don't think I've seen it in a better view than this. Like,
Yeah.
previously, it was that pixelated awful nonsense that I saw.
Yeah, because this is still a little pixely, but I watch this every year. I don't know how often you watch the holiday special, but I always quest each year to see if I can find a better version of it, and this is the best one I've come across so far.
I do love how there's like literally no subtitles, no anything. It makes me have the vibe of one of those nature documentaries. We just need like Richard Attenborough, David Attenborough, Richard Attenborough.
I don't know, man. He's some British dude.
The Attenborough. Like, I just need his, his voice coming in. And here the young Wookiee has tried the patient. The young Wookiee.
What I'm saying
No.
is just mute the whole thing, throw a black and white filter over it, and make it an artsy silent film.
Needs to be one of those ones where it cuts to the text on the screen and it just says warg or rarg.
That would be even better.
Add all those little fake artifact filters from old footage that's flickering all over.
I would love that. I feel like now is a good time to talk about like our history with the holiday special. If you want, I can go first, or if you've got a fun holiday special story.
For the special, I don't have a lot of thrilling knowledge. It's probably pretty generic. So why don't you go first? It's probably more exciting for you.
So I have kind of always been chronically online, but I know I was in either like 6th or 7th grade, and I was listening to a lot of Weird Al at the time, and it was, I think, shortly after White and Nerdy released. There's a scene near the end of that music video where he's like in a back alley doing like a drug deal, and he buys this little paper bag from like some gangster dude, and he cracks it open, and it's like a bootleg VHS of something called the Star Wars Holiday Special. And I had no idea what that was. That was my first time ever hearing about it, so I'm going Googling it, looking up stuff on Wikipedia, trying to figure out what the heck this thing is. And I find out a little bit more details, and it takes a long time of just searching and searching and searching, because back then the internet was not as easy to navigate, and I was also not as smart as I am now. So I did eventually find a copy of it, and ever since then I watch it once a year, sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that becoming a fun tradition. I remember finally digging it up once, kind of half regretting watching it, but glad I at least saw it once for the experience and watched snippets of it afterwards, ironically, or solely for the sake of making memes and stuff on message boards. So, not nearly as robust of an experience with it as you, but I guess with the state of how some Star Wars media has been, it's nice to go back and laugh at something that was unquestionably bad, but still has some sort of bizarre charm to it.
Yeah, the fact that it has survived, and I mean, even now, like, the quality that it survived in was pretty poor, But restorations like this give me hope that this will live on forever.
Especially with the advancements made with improvements, people have used AI to improve the image quality really, really nicely. There's some old media that probably would be lost forever if it weren't for the internet and for people working to preserve it.
Yeah, the original stage play accurate ending for Little Shop of Horrors was lost media for a while. They filmed it, test audiences said it was a little too bleak, so they threw it in a shed on a backlot somewhere, and when they were making the remastered Blu-ray version of the film, they found it in that backlot and rescanned it to digital, and they were able to preserve it.
Yeah, that's one of those great stories. Just like for those that are Doctor Who fans, my younger sister is really big in Doctor Who, and that's been so long running and so old that there is some episodes that are absolutely lost, but turns out there's a couple crazy old nerds that were recording like everything that was on TV airwaves for
Probably the
decades.
same people that recorded some of these copies of the holiday special.
Yeah, and really it's almost like as a preservationist standpoint, it's they're almost heroes in that field now for doing that.
Yeah, I am a big fan of all these little variety show things. Because when I first watched the holiday special, I didn't know what a variety show was, because these are kind of after my time. So I was like, what the hell is happening? And then now I kind of know a little bit more. This is still highly bizarre, but at least there's some context.
As someone who's gone to Cirque du Soleil, the modern, very popular sort of traveling circus.
Yeah, I saw them do
feels
Verikai.
like this feels like something that they would maybe do, but a more modernized version of. It's really impressive. I saw I forget which one it was, the one that was on tour last year in the US.
Oh, okay.
It changed my opinion of them radically and performers in general.
Yeah, the one I saw was ages and ages ago. I don't know when Verikai came out, but that was the one that I had seen. And it's amazing. Like, there is a lot of athletic ability that goes into something like this. I feel like they get a bad rap from the costuming. But you can tell some interesting stories.
And who knows what costuming was doing. They may have had a shoestring budget, just like the lights and special effects, and literally taping like Chinese fans together on diving suits. And
Yeah,
but you
I
know,
love how
it is
intense
almost
his eyes are.
It's a nice homage to the Dejarik
Yes.
chess figures, and I wonder if that's what they were going for with this.
Yeah, I looked up the rules, because there's like a few that are semi-canon or like fan interpretations of the rule sets, but I used to do a 5e Star Wars game for Dungeons & Dragons for a little while, and I looked up the rules, so some of my players would play Dejarik when we were waiting for like the third or fourth person to sign on. It was pretty interesting.
It's like the rules for Sabak. I think they've gone through a couple renditions.
Yeah, that one's always a little complicated to nail down.
Like Pazak, which is the
Yes,
not
big
Sabak
fan of
version
that.
from KOTOR.
Yeah, the blackjack to Sabak's poker.
Yeah. I remember being irritated it wasn't Sabak when I was younger and playing it for the first time. Like, what is this? What is this knockoff nonsense? And then I realized that they're rather different games, and I guess it would make sense if it's tens of thousands of years ago. It would be something different.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this part of the film that's just alternating between unintelligible screeching and walking to one of the, 36 screens they have in the house. Like, each time. They never use the same computer twice.
It's a accurate portrayal of modern society. How many different screens and devices do we have? So that's something they nailed with something that's supposed to be sci-fi.
I guess that's true. I wake up, I go have breakfast, I come upstairs, and I watch YouTube on my personal computer, boot up the work laptop, do work, look at my phone, screech unintelligibly at my wife. And then she screeches back, and then we cook dinner. Yeah, like, see, they've gone over to a second Zoom call.
I wonder if that's supposed to be like secret? The fact it's hiding in a cupboard like that?
Maybe. I also do like that they blow a bunch of smoke to hide Mark Hamill's face, but we get a good look at just how terrifying he is first. But
Wasn't he involved in some really rough car crash?
I believe
around
this
time?
was recorded before the car crash. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong.
Because I remember as a kid getting to watch the original trilogy the first time. My mom, who was so bad at remembering details, told me a completely different movie, basically.
Okay.
But she was like, now just to warn you, Luke looks different in the later movies because the actor was in a car crash. And so I'm expecting to see him disfigured, like, I don't know how you would have seen Vader without the mask or Palpatine or something. And then I'm just like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? He looks fine.
Yeah, he still looks like Mark Hamill.
You don't know where he is?
This one looks like maybe there's some like eyeliner going on or something. Like the TV makeup is not going, and like his haircut is a little.
All I can tell you is that
I don't know.
I wonder
if
if they got a stage artist to do the makeup.
That's what I'm
Because
thinking.
you get a lot heavier makeup for stage because the lighting. Maybe the lighting was throwing them for a loop, so they had to try to fix things.
Yeah.
This is important. Now listen, calm down. I mean, you know how Han and Chewbacca are.
You know, I just realized they introduced Peter Mayhew and Anthony Daniels
Yes.
as them, but R2-D2 they
Yeah,
didn't.
as himself. They didn't credit the.
Well, there you go. He's not going to miss this one either.
Who was it that was in
Billy,
Zeta too?
Warwick Davis, right?
Was it Warwick Davis?
Come on, Mala. Let's see a little smile.
Yeah, Warwick Davis. I'm pretty sure.
Come on.
I know he was Wicket and like a couple other characters.
Try
Yeah.
to enjoy your life,
But-
Dave. I gotta get back to this engine. I think
Oh
we
no,
might
Kenny
have it
Baker.
solved.
Kenny Baker.
That. Yep.
Warwick Davis was
Yeah, Wicket.
one of the Ewoks. Yeah, Wicket.
Yeah.
Oh, way to credit all the actors.
I know. Well, the director for this is credited. I forget the name, but there is a stage name that's used by directors who want to disown the film they directed, and that pseudonym is credited with this film.
Oh no.
Or I guess TV special technically. I don't think it's a film.
I could see why someone might be embarrassed at the time.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know 30, 40, 50 years ago. People will be looking back fondly at the stuff that you made just to get a paycheck.
I mean, honestly, it was probably George that did this.
Yeah, but George also did the prequels. And while those had their flaws, maybe he learned his lesson versus here.
I suppose you want to see my identification?
No.
Good old
I'm
Sandan.
off duty. I've come to look around your shop.
Oh, good. Look around. Browse
When's
around.
he
Make
gonna
yourself
get
at home.
added to SWGoH?
As you can see, I've got just about everything a man or Wookie would want.
That's a mighty nice mustache he has.
Let me show you this. I really
Yeah.
love this.
I'm thinking Sandan as like a light side Wat Tambor type, where he just tries to sell your team these useless little gadgets.
Ah, here we are. Here it is.
I think he's probably
Market
scoundrel,
size and
right?
quality. Wonderful, isn't it?
He could be scoundrel.
Yeah, like
I
a
could
light
always
side
do a new.
scoundrel Wat Tambor.
We should get a new tag, merchant.
Mm.
And the tank is a
Yeah.
snap to
We
clean.
can rework Luthen, so that way when he's in the
Take a drink once in a
the
while.
artifact buyer role, he has the merchant tag,
He has
and
the
now we've
merchant
got a
tag
whole new
instead of rebel
faction.
fighting.
Oh, here.
Yeah, let him flop between 3 of them instead of 2. That'll simplify game mechanics a lot.
That'll be nice. The Jawas deserve definitely a merchant. Maybe tie it in with the Kenobi series, that one Jawa that keeps trying to rip off Obi-Wan.
Gosh, you could play with like the pirates steal buffs, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you have this Jawa that steals buffs from the leader and spreads it to the rest of the team. So you've got like Kenobi or someone leading a Jawa, steals the buffs, and then gives it to all the other Jawas. And all of a sudden you've lifted Jawas up to like GL level.
Yeah, or you have the pirate team there and they gain a bunch of profit and then spend all the profit buying useless crap from the Jawa.
What's the matter?
The new counter they sell for pirates.
Just a groomer.
Yeah.
Just a groomer.
A groomer.
Just a groomer, you say?
You know,
It's a lot more than that.
thought the black uniforms were saved for like higher officers, but did they ever wear helmets like that if they were higher level officers?
Typically, I think it's the Death Star technicians that have helmets like that.
Calculates, modulates, and syncopates life rhythms and can repeat the entire Imperial Penal Code, all 17 volumes, in half the time of the old XP-21. Just the thing to keep you squeaky clean. I use one of these all the time.
Really?
Well, not all the time, but some of the time.
Why do you look down right then when they said really? You use it all the time. Like, what else does this thing do?
Plugging it into any ordinary laser.
I'll take it.
It's probably
Good, I
best
thought you
not
would.
to ask those kind of
Now,
questions.
would you like to pay me something for it, or give me something in trade?
I said,
I'll take it.
That's a load off my mind. I thought I might embarrass
Yeah,
you.
they kind of
I told you to
raided
accept it as a
the
gift.
like prop and
Well,
costumes leftovers from A New
I
Hope.
like being embarrassed myself.
And you can even see
That's
some of
why
the people they have playing the Stormtroopers a
embarrassed
little bit
people.
later on. The way they
Who said
hold
that?
the blasters is always hilarious to me.
No.
Just a groomer.
Alright, more B-roll.
The same 2 Star Destroyers from earlier.
Curfew.
Yeah, because I think this one was a cut scene from A New Hope that does get added back in later in one of the special editions, maybe? But they keep redubbing it. Like, it's redubbed here from what it originally said, and then it's, I think, redubbed in wherever they put it back in the special editions.
Interesting. I do love how these are clearly painted backdrops.
Yeah, I think we
Like,
need
I
more
knew they
matte
used them.
paintings.
I loved their use in the original trilogy, but a lot of them were not clearly matte painting, unless you looked real closely.
Yeah, well, they're blended
one-
so well. This one, it's just, yeah, it's the lighting and stuff. It's just, it's there.
Yeah. Kids.
This is one of the ones that I think I quote the most often is whip, whip, stir, stir, whip,
Stir, whip,
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 stir.
stir, whip, 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 stir.
Yeah, I will say that all the time when
Today
cooking.
we are going to be preparing a very succulent dish called Bantha Surprise.
Are they supposed to be a droid?
Nourishing dish, but it's
Either
very
a droid
excellent.
or some
All
kind
those
of
hungry mouths in
cyborg.
your household will be going, yummy, yum on that tummy tum. If you just follow along with me as I prepare this popular favorite. Now, today, I'm going to be using the tenderest cut of the bantha, the loin. The loin is very tasty and serves 4 nicely. Of course, if your family has a hearty appetite, I would suggest then that old popular holiday favorite, the bantha rump.
I don't know why, but they're reminding me a bit of like some of the sci-fi aesthetics in
Very tender.
Fifth Element.
We just slice
There is a
into
little bit of that quality
bite-sized
here.
morsels.
Like,
It has
like
been a
that.
long time
It's
since I've seen
over
that film.
over the top, over the
Only you
top,
know the
but
size of a bite in your family.
over the top, unique, and just surreal.
Now it's time to
Yeah,
put
but
our
played
lumps
very seriously.
Yeah.
into our pots. That's it, that's it. And we add a dash of
I
bergamot.
wonder what meat they actually used in there, if they even used real meat.
I don't know.
Well, not.
I don't know how I feel about the chef taking a bite of everything before dropping the remains into the pot.
Those are
Nice
good.
touch.
And just a little whisper of shelter. Ah,
You know, I hope the actors okay. Some of that makeup at the time that was metallic and everything
bit of the
Yeah.
was
amaranthine root.
pretty deadly.
Wonderful. Just adds that touch of piquancy. There we go. Very nice.
Also, no hairnet on Mala. That's
Now we've
probably a
got
health
enough
code
liquid
thing,
to
right?
cover.
Well, it's family cooking.
Yeah.
And guess what we're ready for
As long
now?
as she's not selling it on the market.
Step one.
Do you think
stir
Mala's
the
on like
mixture.
Nextdoor or
Stir,
Facebook
stir,
Marketplace?
stir, 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 stir,
I mean,
stir.
her husband's not home, so
Very
she's
good.
got to be making
Step
money
two.
somehow.
While we're stirring, we also
Yeah.
whip.
Well, because I imagine, like, what do
Stir,
you do?
whip,
Like, if
stir,
your
whip,
like
whip,
husband's
whip,
job
stir,
is like rebel
stir,
terrorist,
whip,
like you
stir,
don't
whip,
send
whip,
like a
whip,
paycheck
stir.
home.
Let's try it again together at an increased
Even
tempo.
before
The
that,
precision
was
is
he
very
just
important
sending
in
money
this
back
recipe, and
home,
we do want
do you
to have a
think?
fine consistency.
I don't know.
Every
Well, I'm
stir,
wondering.
and on the count
He
of one.
finishes his whole
Stir,
adventure
whip,
post
stir, whip,
episode
whip,
6,
whip, stir, stir,
and
whip,
then
stir,
he just
whip, whip,
like the
stir.
Empire's
Come on,
defeated. He
fast
doesn't
forward,
go back
now
to his
cooking
wife. He
can
just
be
keeps
fun.
running
Stir,
around doing
stir,
adventure
whip,
stuff with
whip,
Han.
stir,
Because of
stir,
the life debt.
stir, whip,
He,
whip,
he
whip,
wasn't
whip.
even with his family before because in their culture, the life debt meant he.
Step three.
I love how
We
her hair
also
comes
have to
undone
beat.
the further
So,
she goes,
Yes.
beat,
and
And
the
then
extra arms start coming.
beat, stir, whip, stir,
The
whip,
the third arm.
beat,
I
stir.
forgot
Oh
about
my God,
that.
I'm sorry. Stir, whip, 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 stir, beat. Stir,
Sometimes it
whip,
does feel like
stir,
that,
whip,
trying to keep up with a
whip,
recipe
stir,
video
beat.
when it just goes kind of off the rails.
Or they've clearly like fast forwarded the video so they can fit it in like a 20-second reel or something. And you're just like, what?
Got it just in time. Now, at this time, I usually like to taste the broth. So we'll have a little taste and see how it's coming along. A little bit more salsa, a bit more oregano, a little panko. One for the pot.
So
Coming along.
four arms. How many other species do we have? We have Pongkrell has 4 arms.
Yes. Well, Dexter Jetster,
Dexter, yeah.
General Grievous, but I mean, as a cyborg, I don't think you can count that because I don't think Kalish naturally have 4.
No.
I get a little bit of like a Futurama vibe off of some of this. You were saying Fifth Element earlier. I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of the Futurama writers were watching this kind of thing and were like, wow, like the parody of Star Wars is already there. We just need to make it legally distinct.
Star Wars already parodied itself, so everyone else is safe.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, the coordinates weren't the best.
Ironic. I don't think George minded the parodies. In fact, I think he appreciated overall the fact that people parodied it. But now, being owned by Disney, Disney's notoriously copyright strike
litigious,
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I even think like Spaceballs, even like Weird Al's actual Star Wars song.
I lost control over the cannons.
Like those were huge, I feel like, in terms of like spreading. Granted, Star Wars really didn't need to spread culture very much by that point in time.
Yeah.
Attention, all viewers. Due to suspected rebel activity on the Kazook planet, the Empire has declared martial law.
You say? The Kazook planet?
That's what it sounded
Around the
like.
planet, no ships will be permitted to land or take off until further notice.
Now I wonder, was Kashyyyk originally named something different?
I
And
don't
he
know.
renamed it? Or was this a genuine error where they just had no idea how to pronounce Kashyyyk?
Yeah, I mean, I did a little bit of Kazook earlier for the intro song,
Yeah.
and it triggers a coughing fit every time, but it's worth it for you guys, the fans.
Always a treat. This was Boba Fett, right?
No. Boba Fett
No.
only appears in the animated section, and the animated sections are removed from this.
I thought
At least
I
from
thought
this
he
copy.
appeared. I thought
No.
there was a live action that they do a costume that was never in it because I thought
No,
I
that was
remember
in
seeing
a
screenshots.
Disneyland parade. was the first time
Oh.
with the white armor. Yeah, the animated
Interesting.
sections are available on Disney
I made it
Plus.
through the Imperial Patrol tonight.
Yeah, I tried to show those to my daughter, and
I made it through in
she
Hanwell.
was not very impressed by it.
Understandable. I mean, how old is she?
She's only 4.
Okay, I mean 4 is old enough to be discerning enough to know that the holiday special is not quality content.
Also, unfortunately for a lot of media, pacing differences can really affect kids' perception on things.
Yes, the attention span.
Even now, I go back to some old movies like Top Gun and some other like popular 80s movies, and I realize they are very slow burn. They're very drawn out,
Yeah.
and I was even surprised to find myself getting a little fidgety, and the only thing that held me for some of these was the nostalgia.
Yeah.
So we're so used to that higher sprung content that these things that are much more low key, a bit more chill, down to earth. You know, look, it's a Wookiee child getting a present.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you need to watch this every year. It'll reset your TikTok addled mind.
Just think it'd be really hilarious if it was a toy X-wing to sort of undercut what the grandfather was carving for him.
Oh yeah, just like a real deluxe one, like with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
And then there's
Kids
another
these days.
screen, and oh, this
Yeah.
part.
You might like this.
You know,
One of those,
we've got VR now.
it's a real-
I have some friends that definitely use VR for similar uses,
For
even though
WoW.
they won't admit it.
Happy Life Day.
Yeah, but it's one
does-
thing to do that in the privacy of your own room. It's another thing to do that Christmas Eve before dinner in the middle of the living room.
Well, maybe their culture's more open-minded.
Maybe.
Not one to judge.
I typically am not either, but I just wonder, like, what, like, this is a family holiday special. They're just, I don't know what was going through his mind, including this particular section. The rest of it I understand and can get behind. This one is where I draw the line, and I'm like, what are you doing, George?
Family picture. Family picture.
I mean,
Where's this
George?
thing supposed to be?
I don't know.
Okay, I better look at them now. They look kind of like ungodly seaman type creatures from that video game, Seaman.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The weird seal thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying something about George?
I mean, George has made some interesting decisions at other points in time throughout this series. So, I mean, this was a warning sign. He got a little more subtle with it later on, but he wanted to start here.
He always had a grand vision. Sometimes grand visions need guidelines or guardrails or help. And
Or at
I don't
least
really
a
like the
content
narrative. Yeah, content warning. Like, I don't really like the counter narrative that cropped up that Star Wars was saved in the editing. Like, yeah, that helped, but I feel like that's people that were trying to sort of rob George of the effort he put into it and the
Yeah.
deals
I
he
mean,
did have. Like,
all movies are a collaboration. I mean, at this point, between thousands or tens of thousands of people.
yeah.
And yeah, some are big roles, some are small roles, but they all contribute towards the end product.
And I like highlighting people's efforts. I don't like it when it's the attempt to take people down a peg who also had equal or more effort.
Yeah.
It should be, we shouldn't be tearing down people. We should be raising up. Oh, did you know that Lucas's
Yeah, Marsha.
wife
She
actually
did
helped
a
with
lot.
the editing? You know, versus saying, oh, she actually was the one who saved it. I feel like it's a great clickbait headline, but it's taking away instead of adding.
Yeah.
Turn this moment into
Are you feeling like
My
it's
wife
an
walked-
eternity yet, Stratos?
My wife walks in right now. There's gonna be some very awkward and difficult questions.
Just put her
probably
on the
some
line. I'll
shouting-
talk her through it.
some-
I'll talk her
some
through it.
shouting in Spanish.
Just
and
put her
then
on the
some
line. I'll talk her
screaming.
through it. Don't worry. If she comes in, I'll open another tab that's got something even worse on it.
Oh, thanks. That'll be so amazing. You'll be reading my obituary as a kit next week.
Ah, nice. I'll record a kit review for it.
If something happens to me, you have permission to make a kit of the demise.
Yeah. Admiral Stratos. Don't worry, I'll give you some Zetas and some Omicrons. We'll make it a good kit.
Give me a TB Omicron.
Yeah, I can do a TV.
Then,
I'll make you
as
a
long
pirate,
as
too.
long as your username isn't Egnards, you will be able to immediately win any TB mission.
Yeah.
How long this song
This
is? Yeah,
it does stretch out to an eternity.
I'm checking the time. Like, how long is it? Not because I want to know when it ends, like the whole movie ends. I just want to know when the scene ends.
Statistically, your wife is going to walk in during this scene because it is going to go on for another 30 minutes.
Don't worry, honey. I'll be in time for dinner.
What
are you eating for dinner? I have no idea. I did not pull meat I was supposed to thaw, so...
Oh, shoot. If you have to go, I'll pause the video right now.
No.
I'll keep recording on my own solo style, and you can go start defrosting that so you don't get in trouble.
My headset actually has a really good range. Back when I worked remote, I would stay on calls, pop the headset in mute, and walk upstairs, get coffee, make lunch, listen, and... You have anything to contribute? No, everything looks good on my end.
Nice. Yeah, I'm typically on a wired headset, but I do have a Bluetooth one. I just don't charge it, so I can't use it.
I don't trust Bluetooth, especially if I'm recording anymore.
Yeah.
I've just had some issues with it for like professional computer calls.
Yes.
Bluetooth works fine on my phone, but I've had horrible luck on computers with it. So this one actually has one of those like 2.4 gigahertz receiver dongles stuck in the computer, so I don't have to worry about pairing.
Well, you're donged up. Nice.
New Dong City.
Hey.
That was a Donkey Kong reference for those that
I didn't get it.
know that. Oh, in the new Mario Odyssey, they have a world called
never
New
mind.
Dong
I did
City.
get it. I just
Yeah.
forgot.
I just changed it to New Dong City to beat the joke. Which that new
It's
Donkey
still
Kong game,
going
Bonanza,
on.
is fire.
How many tangents are we on? And she is still just riling up Grampy.
You know what? This is a perfect analogy for when we're waiting for compensation from CG for something that happened 3 weeks ago, 4 months ago.
If CG would send me this kind of thing, I'd watch it on the Oculus in my living room, and I wouldn't even need the Clone Wars Chewie shards.
She should be the new host of the Cantina. You know, there's the Twi'lek.
Yeah.
Twi'lek chick. She should be the new host that pops up to announce new characters and stuff.
They should have configurable and sell us that crap. Do skins. Oh, I want B. Arthur as what's her name in this? Archmina. Or have like the Twi'lek throw in, I don't know even what to call that lady.
I have made the connection.
But just do a bunch.
There's the Book of Boba Fett has the Twi'lek host, but was it who was it that played her?
She says it may be a happy life day for you.
I only
Jessica
watched
Biel,
Book of Boba
I
Fett
think.
once.
I watched it 1.5 times.
I only know Jessica Biel from BoJack Horseman.
But yeah, a lot of people said she seems loosely similar to the SWGoH host. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I could see that.
She says there has been no contact.
Was that a glitch in the video?
Maybe. What happened?
That Imperial Patrol
It
must be
like
getting in more
paused.
trouble
I heard
than
no
Bond.
sound from it, and then it stuttered for a second, and then went back to normal.
That might have been
Mala,
a
are you
Discord
alone?
screen sharing thing.
If you would permit me.
But
She says
yeah,
she's
the
not dead.
Jessica Biel's character looks a lot like the Twilight Coast in
Could
the
he come
game,
to the screen,
and so I think if they do a overhaul of the cantina, they should just make her that host.
Yeah,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I could see it.
Sondat, a local trader.
I was really hoping they would do that for the 10th anniversary. There, it's paused again for me. It's
Oh.
stuttering.
Look, I know I can count on you to
Let me
take
make
care
sure
of
I
your friends until they
killed
can-
things on my end, because
You'll do
it
that
could
for
be
me,
me killing.
Yes, indeed, ma'am. That's what I'm here for.
Dude, Carrie is so out of it.
Look, I can see you're in good hands, Mala. I'll contact you again soon.
Because we don't do cameras on this podcast, I was going to make a joke that I grew out my coke nail in preparation for this episode, but I don't want to lie to you all. I didn't. I just trimmed my nails the other day.
I can't keep my nails too long for a while, even for a good joke.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about you too, pal, and your family.
I feel the same way about you too, pal.
And your family.
Never seen so much
You know,
Imperial
speaking of
traffic.
Wookiees, that
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on it because
Yes, we're
Gunji's
gonna go back
commonly
to-
talked about,
Yes.
but there's another one who is often forgotten,
Little exercise never
who
hurt
was a
anybody.
Wookiee, who was a Jedi, long before any of these talks about Wookiee Jedi or Gunji came
Yeah.
into the picture. There was Lobaka,
Life day, pal.
Chewbacca's
Yes.
nephew,
Uh-huh.
who was part of Luke's Jedi Academy in the extended universe, and
Yes.
so
I feel
At
like
first I
we're
was
due
kinda
for another one
butthurt.
of those. Like them just going through and saying, you know what, let's do 4 unrelated Legends tunes, and then they build into like another Star Killer or something, or some equivalent.
I could go into details. I'll give you a
You have a
I'll give you a
chart?
cliff notes.
I would
Not a
love to
chart,
hear it.
but I have a grand idea, and I posted this on the forums years ago, back when the Starkiller event went, because I thought this was a brilliant new model we were gonna get. Oh, there's the stormtroopers holding their guns.
Yeah, it's freaking janky, isn't it, man?
I think they think those boxes on the side are handles, like in those big assault rifles that you have the handle on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, but like they're clearly not. Like these people, everyone's seen Star Wars. Like,
For
just
all
hold
you
it
know,
like they do
they
in the dang
haven't.
movie.
Maybe they haven't. Maybe they were just literally on set and they're like, crap, we need some extras and stormtrooper
It's like the
armor. Hey,
custodians and the pages
Bill,
and stuff in
Ted,
there.
you can put on the armor. Okay, what do you want me to do? Just stand there, menacingly, point a gun.
Yeah, head cannon, that's Tag and Bink.
Terminator had a big rifle like that, right? Maybe they saw Terminator and was like, I'm gonna be like the Terminator.
I think we all wish we could be like the Terminator.
Dude, I wish I was even like a sliver of the level of jacked that Arnold was. Still is. I mean, he's still pretty buff.
And from what I've heard.
But anyway, so my idea, the Star Killer, I thought was
Yes.
the perfect model for an annual event. So there's
just
another
to bring
game,
more
Fire.
legendary legend characters
Yes.
back into the game.
Fire Emblem Heroes is another mobile game based off the Fire Emblem franchise Nintendo runs, which is a bunch of heroes.
Yeah, no,
I like
I
to
get
call it.
sad about that because I'm a big Advance Wars fan, and the fact that they let you date the waifus in Fire Emblem has pretty much killed Advance Wars. You can't date any of the waifus in that game.
What are you doing at this
I mean, some people would probably try anyway, because a lot of people are just horny. But
Yeah.
that's beside the point. But so in that game, since the launch of the game, like when it was launching, they did a big poll on the website where you could go and every day for like 2 weeks, you could vote your top favorite characters, and they had everyone listed in all of the Fire Emblem games. And there's like a dozen games over decades. So
Yeah, so this is
we're
just like in
talking hundreds.
Minecraft when you get to choose the new mobs.
Yeah. So people vote, and it turned into an annual event where people get really into who won. And they originally were going to pick the top male and top female character, since that's how the game's divided up. There's male characters,
Wait,
female
because
characters.
you need to have an even split for the dating list.
Yeah, but it
little
was so
heteronormative in
popular.
those type of
It was
things.
Yeah, though that game's pretty progressive in that model, but
Okay,
it
hell
gives
yeah.
more options for winning, because if not, you could have a whole bunch of girls win, a whole bunch of guys win, or whatever. This gives opportunity for more, but they were so popular and so many votes for the top, they ended up picking 2 of each. So there's 4 units that are picked. And there was a big upset because Marth, the mascot character from the first game,
Yeah, from Super
lost
Smash
3
Bros.
years
Melee.
in a row. Yeah, he lost 3 years in a row. And part of it was because they split between games. There was the first game he was in, and there was a second game iteration. And even when they combined it into one choice for each character that had multiple game appearances, he still lost. It took another year.
Oh man, I have only played one of the Fire Emblem games. It was the one for the Wii. I forget if it's Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, but that's the one I played.
They're directly connected. Path of Radiance was on GameCube. Then
Yeah, but I only
Radiant
played
Dawn
the
was on
second
Wii.
one. I didn't play the
Then
first part of
that's
that story.
Radiant Dawn, which is almost a shame because in some ways the first game's better.
I've thought about going back.
But they're both great games, and I think they're bound to appear on the live services soon. At least the GameCube one, since that's on Switch 2 now. But
yeah,
to pull this back to SWGoH a little bit. So in Fire Emblem
this is
Heroes,
a SWGoH podcast.
yeah.
Yes.
But those 4 that won, the 2 males and the 2 females, then became they're 6 months later, in the summer or whenever it was, they're like, we're gonna develop them. We're gonna do these special Radiant versions of them. Or I think they were Radiant or Hero or Brave. That's what it was. So it was Brave Hero versions was sort of their moniker for this, and they were very souped up versions. And since anyone could win it, one of the OC villains of the mobile game ended up winning one year.
So
And
this
so
is
they
like
gave
some of the
her-
B shit. Like, I censored out B and then said shit. But this is like as if they had a poll and they said whoever wins this poll becomes the next GL, and we could wind up with like GL Broom Boy or something dumb.
Yes, but there's almost a charm to it, and I've come up with safeguards for CG to put in to
I love
ensure some things are controlled. But so those 4 came, and so you win this poll, then they have time to develop it, then they release it in the game as part of a special one of their little seasonal era releases where they're doing gotcha polls to get them. So what I figured was model the Starkiller event, but let the community pick from just say anyone goes. Do this whole poll. Obviously, some work would have to be done because Star Wars has a much vaster library of characters than Fire Emblem, even with dozens of games over multiple decades. But you could do some work to combine that down, or toss out ones that clearly don't make any sense, or combine ones that are redundant. Let the community pick 4. Just let it be an opportunity. Maybe even tie it to a theme if you really want to. But there they are with the silly gun against their chest holding the side.
Yeah. Maybe
But,
we should get that in SWGoH. Silly Gun Stormtrooper.
Silly Gun Stormtrooper for a variant. Holiday special variant.
Oh yeah,
Because
give
the-
us Silly Gun Stormtrooper. Give us Rick the Door Technician. I mean, he could be a wreck for for Rick the Door Technician.
Definitely. But yeah, let 4 from the community be picked. Maybe divide up the categories a bit different. Maybe add alien in there, like human, alien,
Or maybe
droid.
just pick 4 factions that are underrepresented.
But the point is, you get 4. Let those 4 be the choice, or since CG can do whatever they want, they've clearly been upping the Rex over time, make it 5, 6, whatever. Let the community pick them. Even let them pick the legendary that's unlocked, but let CG decide which one of them, or let CG just decide, hey, you pick the Rex, and then we'll give what we think is a legendary. So they could do that, but then run that every year. Run it in the holidays every year, and then next year at the holiday, or 6 months later, or however long it takes them to develop the next set.
I
Release
guess the
it in an
animated
era.
part isn't here. Sorry to cut you off, but I skimmed through this earlier and I didn't think or I guess just that little part.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a little excerpt of it, which is probably where it would have gone in the full cut.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tearing his room apart.
It happens, man.
I mean, It's probably how it was before he had to clean up for his dad coming home.
I know. Rip the Bantha.
Bantha toy.
I
That's
love
like a
that.
really-
Dude, I would have killed for that.
Looks like one of those mechanical horses you can ride. Oh no. I forgot about this.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Oh.
Let's go.
Poor Lumpy.
Yeah. And the fascist secret police burst into your home on Christmas Eve and break all your toys.
As a parent with a kid who does not want to get rid of old toys,
You'd accept it?
Your parents said you have to get rid of some of your stuff.
That's what you have to do. Just go in, throw everything you want away, and be like, well, I don't know what to tell you. The fascists came in and destroyed it all.
I mean, I had to have that awkward conversation this morning.
Oh,
The other night during her bath time, I was like, oh, let's go through some of her old bath toys. There's things in here that aren't bath toys, things she drug in, things that are clearly broken or
Well, I
ruined.
mean, if you're using a non-bath toy as a bath toy, it will get broken.
Or rusted
I
or
definitely
anything.
ruined quite a few Star Wars action figures as a child.
So they did not do a good enough job disposing of them, and there was one of those little plastic flippy frogs sitting in the
those. A big frog
garbage. Is sitting in the garbage, and she looks there in the morning, and she's just, Poppy, why are my toys in the garbage? And it's like, oh, they must have fallen in. I'm sorry. Let me take them out and clean them. Oh, this toy. I think of some of those childhood stories, but the love of that Wookiee was so strong, the toy came to life. Oh my gosh, I forgot about how sad that is.
Yeah, it's a rough one. But he's got enough time to build yet another screen. And
Another screen?
Interlude. Yeah, he does another bit with the robot guy that like keeps malfunctioning.
This product was packed under strict quality control on the system Amorphia, and this instruction cassette provided by the manufacturer. It offers a unique chance for consumers everywhere to meet an Amorphian being. The motor abilities of Amorphian citizens are frequently impaired by malfunctions, which result in a temporary loss of power. This in no way reflects on the safety of our product. Rather, it should serve as a guarantee of our high standard of long wear and durability.
Thank you for selecting our brand of mini transmitter. If you assemble it properly, following the instructions I am about to give you, it will provide many years of fun and valuable service for you.
Sounds really creepy, actually.
It's a little unsettling, yeah.
Just build me, and then I will unleash my reign of terror on... Oh, sorry. I'm happy. My screen is also stuttering a little bit from the stream.
Oh,
and I can't quite tell if it's from the screen or if it's him stuttering. Okay, I know there's both in there.
It looks like this.
And YouTube tutorials before YouTube
because it makes
tutorials
a very
existed.
handy storage case for your tools until you need them again. Now,
Like we're watching one of those like suspense thriller movies where there's little stutters or things that are like you reading, is this something that's gonna cue to later?
Yeah, it's kind of uncanny.
What?
Now,
he just gave himself a quick touch-up.
Breaker module.
Just inject himself with Botox or something.
I think he was screwing something.
Circuit breaker.
Why? I'm sensing something a little screwy here.
Oh yeah, it's not just itchy.
remember, every one of the 10,000 terminals on your circuit breaker module is marked in a particular color. Beautiful on
10,000?
like
So,
rainbow.
is there a time
These
lapse
must
of
be
him
connected through the
spending
wires with the
weeks?
corresponding
Or is he
colors.
just that gifted?
So,
I don't know. I think he just
Just lump-
lines it
goes
up
to
and just
red.
drops it in. I mean, he's a child. I don't know if you've ever
Blue
gotten a
goes to
technical,
blue.
like, instruction-heavy
And so on.
Christmas gift,
Now,
either yourself as a
watch me
child or
closely.
for your daughter, but those instructions tend to get dropped
And
on
we'll
the
assemble
floor
our
and
mini
then
transmitter sticker.
just trial and error and see if
Let
you
us
can get it
work
to work.
slowly and methodically because this is
Just
a
get frustrated, throw it on the floor, and scream for Papa to fix it.
Yeah.
Well, I see time is running out, so we better turn our
Oh,
attention to
sorry,
the
Lumpy.
assembly
Your
of
papa
the
isn't there to help.
impulse-to-voice translator.
I
The
know.
impulse-to-voice translator.
His
The very
eyes.
heart of the mini transmitter.
I don't know if
So-
I've seen
so
him blink
emphatic.
yet.
Which you provide into any of 1,000 recognizable
Are those real human eyes, or are those
We
the
must
fake
remain
ones
alert
from the
for
suit?
this very
I
complicated
think they're human
procedure.
eyes. I don't know. Because they seem to emote, but I don't know.
Keywords here, and the total
Nope. I
utilization
think my stream's
of our
frozen.
neurocranial
Oh, there we go.
synapses is absolutely essential.
If your spokesman dies during the recording of the instructional video, you do another take, right? Or do you just ship it?
I mean, if it's a good enough take. Yeah, we got a
Yes.
deadline. He got all the details out there. Just roll
Yeah,
with it.
just throw it
We'll
in there.
fix
The
it in
kid's not
post.
going to get to this part of the video anyway. He's going to lose attention span way before this.
Yeah, they'll just promise to fix it in post and then never fix it.
Broadcast is recommended
Yeah.
by the Imperial Council in the belief that your
I
commitment to remain
subscribe to the
upstanding
Egnard
citizens will be
School of Video
reinforced.
Editing,
It is
in which
required
that I do
viewing
very
for all
minimal.
members of the Imperial forces.
Time now for life on Tatooine.
Yeah.
To
More
viewers
B-roll.
everywhere in the hope that our own lives
Back when
may be
I ran a
uplifted by the
podcast, I was
and
way too
enriched
invested in
with gratitude
trying to
of
edit it
relief.
and fix it.
This transmission is
Yeah,
unrehearsed
it was
and
too
unedited.
time intensive. I
It's
should
hereby
not have done that.
without further
Oh, this
comment
is some of the stuff
as
that
to its
didn't make it
lack
into A
of
New Hope with the
moral
Yuzum.
Huh.
Hey, my boy.
Oh, Greedo made an appearance.
I mean, Greedo has made several appearances since his death.
Oh, how excited were you when you saw young Greedo in episode 1?
It's a common misconception. I'm actually not a big Greedo fan. I just think
Yeah,
the
but were you
Maclunkey
kind of
bit
excited?
is a wonderful bit. I don't think I even knew that he was Greedo as a child for like a long time.
Oh, okay. There's a cut scene from episode 1 where Anakin got into a little fist
He
fight
beats
with
the heck out of him. Yeah.
Greedo. I think Greedo suggested he cheated. So did that guy not pay or what?
I have no idea, man. Frickin' Krellman. This guy's a creep.
Well, I am certainly not going to get rich.
Shows up at the bar with flowers.
I thought I taught you to drink fast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that alien guy on the right.
Oh, come on now. Drink
I've
up.
seen
There's
that
plenty more where
species
that
in
came
one of the Star Wars cartoons, I think.
Probably. I feel like Rebels revisited a lot of the background aliens.
Okay, we'll do it your way. Hello.
Yeah.
Now we'll do it my way. What'll it be?
Can we talk?
Well, of course we can talk. We are talking. You're not ordering. I'm not pouring. We are not drinking. We are talking. I'm moving this to make room for a drink so that next time I say what'll it be and you tell me, I can put it right there.
Doesn't matter. Give me anything. I'll have one of those. I'm sorry I couldn't get back before.
Before what?
Until now. Until tonight. I thought about it a dozen times, but I had to be sure.
Excuse me. I have a customer waiting. I'll be right back.
Come back.
She is absolutely no nonsense.
No, she's there to make that bag.
I know some people like that just have to put up with creeps in their job. I forgot about that.
You forgot
Ugh.
the heddle?
Yeah.
Nina.
Oh, here he's.
How's your drink?
It's all gone. Look, there's a flower on top of it.
I see there is. Do you want another drink?
Flowers for you. I wanted to bring you something, and that's all I could think of.
I was gonna recommend a restraining order, but it's Tatooine. She can probably just shoot him.
I mean, where's her space alien bodyguard that drugged that other guy out. Maybe they
probably
could
out
drag
in
him
the
out.
The other night,
alley
I
just
felt
kicking
something
the
that
crap
I
out
haven't
of him.
felt in longer than I care to remember. I felt alive again.
Now, this is a different
Someone made me
cantina
feel like
than...
Same cantina. Well, in Disney's canon, they did canonize Woo-Her does the day shift cantina, and when he clocks out, Arcmina comes in and takes over
That's why I went home.
for the night shift,
Thought about what you
which is
said.
why she has to deal with all these crazy night shift people.
It doesn't matter, silly.
She has the vibe of a couple of people I've worked at in the restaurant business who just those hardened gals that have put up with just dozens of these unnecessary, undesired
They just know.
approaches.
Through all the ups and downs.
They can usually read when people are going to be like that.
Well, you just walked behind the bar. That's not cool.
Maybe that's why it happened, because I wasn't asking.
Need a scene where she's tapping a sign that says, "Please read the sign." Only employees behind the counter.
I found a lot more.
Curlman, listen, Krellman, you're kind and sweet and terribly attractive, but if you're saying what I think you're saying, you felt you meant, I thought you needed to hear, then I just have one thing to say: I did not.
Agneta, don't do this to me.
Now, please, look, I have customers. Why don't you sit down, finish your drink, have another drink?
Hello? 911? I don't know why that gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Just pouring the drink directly into his little head hole.
Did we just lose the dialogue, though? I did not hear what he...
I'm also not hearing the dialogue here. Is this like a copyright-free thing? Because I know she's getting ready to sing her song. What the heck happened, game? I don't know. I think this video doesn't have the dialogue for this part. They might have cut out the song.
Increased activity among subversive forces.
I wonder if the uploaders did get a copyright strike for that part, but I don't know if it would be what, Beatrice Arthur's estate? Or no, the song's starting here then, I guess. I don't know why the dialogue was missing there.
They've just been too damaged to recover, and whatever copy they were basing this off of.
Because the song starts here, so yeah, it wasn't a song thing.
You know, I love how every one of their instruments has its own lore about the sound and style and everything.
And then it's just called jizz music.
See what the boys on the bandstand.
It's hard to take that serious.
I mean, it's like, you imagine someone going on and on and on about some beautiful art or some fascinating little nuance, and then you're just like, state something just awful about it, and it tanks someone's excitement.
I love it. It's like, hey, let's take something that exists in the real world, we'll change it just a little bit to make it sci-fi. Jazz is popular. Let's change one letter.
I know this sort of thing happens all the
And then there's Timothy Zahn, who is so brilliant at doing that and is so thorough and detailed. And then he just has the audacity to introduce hot chocolate as hot chocolate in the Star Wars universe.
It probably was around the same time that I saw this. I had to set the book down. I stopped reading it for 2 weeks. So I was like, what the hell? It felt like such a betrayal.
Well, it was in the first book too, I'm pretty sure.
It was Heir to the Empire, I believe, because Lando offers a cup to Luke, right?
I think Luke is drinking it, and Leia's talking to him.
Okay.
And she's asking about it, and he says it's a new drink Lando brought to me.
Okay. I knew Lando was involved somehow.
Yeah.
I don't believe we've met.
Yeah.
One of the times pisses me off, man.
It's wild coming from Zahn, because I've read other books of his, non-Star Wars books. He does ones with alien cultures that are so detailed, like the lingo he changes. Like one of the alien species, when they're talking, instead of saying just a minute, they'll say in a beat, and they mean a heartbeat. And they talk about different things for, in a sunrise, like all these little, like, they're not euphemisms, not analogies. I forget what the word is for them, but they use. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna get the song.
I hope we are.
We'll have one more round. This one's on the house.
Oh yeah, because it's about closing and cleaning up, right? So
Yeah. It's the get the hell out of my bar song.
you know, people talk about that closing time song being a perfect last call song at bars. I feel like this should be a last call song.
If I ever open a bar,
Just one more round, friend.
Could open one of those pop-up restaurant bar things that are all the rage now. They do like Stranger Things ones, Harry Potter ones. They open up and they travel towns for a while and then they're done.
how does the
Imagine
liquor licensing work on something like that?
Probably not too difficult as long as you do your papers right. Every state in the U.S. probably has a difference. Probably want to avoid Utah because that's the only place I'd imagine is off. Did you know, I don't know if they've changed it, but at least a while back, they had a legally distinct difference in what a shot was.
Really?
Like most shots are like 2 ounces, I think it is, and
like 1.5 to 2 ounces, depending.
Yeah, they legally made it less, and it's partly because of the Mormon influences in there that were much more conservative.
Yeah, we have a lot of Mormon influences out here in Arizona, but not nearly as pervasive as that.
Like a giant rat.
I was at a farmer's market one time with Mrs Maclunkey and my sister, and they went off to go look at some like dog treat thing to see if there was like some fancy gourmet like dog treats for my sister's dog. And I get waved over to one of the booths, like, hey, come here. And I like walk over, and they're like, are you over 21? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, do you want to sample some of our liquor? Like, we're a local distillery. And I was just walking around the farmer's market, and they were pouring me shots.
Wow.
And then my sister and my wife come over, and they're like, what the hell are you doing, dude? And I'm like, I don't know. He waved me over and started pouring me shots.
A shot or two isn't going to hurt anyone. Especially if you're a grown adult.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I got a maple bourbon, I got a lemon vodka, and I think I got a peach whiskey. Or it wasn't technically maple bourbon. Bacon. It was a bourbon-style whiskey. Because it wasn't made in Kentucky.
So locally in my area, in the Seattle area, there's a bacon and bourbon fest every year.
Oh, nice.
Always meant to go to it. Thought it would be really fun.
Have you noticed that the Walrus Man has the walrus hands that he had on the action figure in this one? Because I assume it can't be Ponda Baba, or it might be Ponda Baba, but he has the flipper hands. Let's see if next time you can get a shot at him.
Didn't Ponda Baba lose?
Yeah, but he also had like human hands. I forget this. Yeah, this would be after. So it can't be Ponda Baba.
Yeah.
But they did have the mask in storage still, so. But I always just think it's funny that he has the flipper hands.
Wait, that can't be Greedo then.
No, it's not. But I mean, there's like every Rhodian in like the original trilogy is wearing that same outfit.
Yeah. Makes me wonder about
how floppy
species stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like you notice like certain alien species are always portrayed as being scummy or underworld or whatever.
Yeah, like the Grands got that reputation for showing up on Tatooine when like in the lore they're super chill. But like in a lot of the old video games they're like generic thug number 3.
Yeah. Ithorians. They're supposed to be this very kind peace-loving, nature-loving people. And the one that was in the bar of Tatooine, that was the hammerhead.
Yeah.
Ithorians. That one was apparently one that was exiled for some reason. He was cast out from his people, so he was a bit of a rebel hiding out. Not rebel, but an outcast or fugitive. So it made sense for him to be hanging around there, but you notice in a lot of media, Ithorians are kind of poking around as no good people or shady people.
Yeah.
And as an EU fanatic, I remember them being like one of those races, like they had this beautiful natural planet with this renowned growth. Is she pushing the flower away or accepting it?
I don't know.
I think she was grabbing it.
That antenna is wild.
That
Especially, you
antenna.
really don't see a lot of antennas in Star Wars like that.
Yeah. Like,
It's
maybe some
incredible.
droids have them, but not like that. Not like those telescoping ones.
Stay here. There's a mail
You know, that makes me think of the telescope scene from Pirates of the Caribbean where Jack
Oh,
has
where Jack
his...
just has the ridiculous one.
Yeah,
I told
'cause
you
he's
we
trying to
rewatched all of
compensate.
those not too long ago.
Supposedly Johnny Depp's talks for doing another one.
Yeah?
Now that like the dust has settled and he's been exonerated, I think there's rumors that he's open to talking to Disney. But last I heard, he needed an open apology from Disney that what they did was wrong to him.
Ah. It trips me out how good the CGI is in those films.
It's still peak CGI, I think.
It is. There's some stuff that's better, but not by much. And there's a heck of a lot of stuff that's worse in the modern day.
They've been rushing too much, but apparently Pirates of the Caribbean was also rushed. They paid overtime like crazy to get it out in that 1 year per film for those two.
Yeah.
So, leave Lumpy alone.
He just got that present, dude. It's Christmas.
Seriously, Chewbacca, you're coming to your own home and you don't have your bowcaster out?
I know. I love a good Wilhelm scream. My wife always forgets what it's called, and she'll hear it, and I've pointed it out to her enough times. She's like, oh, it's the... And she'll say some other masculine name, and then the scream.
It's okay, everybody. He's gone. How are you?
You know, the way they're happy to see him like that, wonder if they do go back and visit frequently between smuggling missions and stuff.
Maybe that, or they're just trying to butter him up, so be like, oh, if he stays longer, let's get him liquored up so that he has to sleep off the hangover.
You look at Lumpy. He's sure grown, huh? I think his voice has changed.
As they're trying to marry off their ugly, unwed cousin Wookie. Maybe Han will get drunk enough to accept.
Who knows?
Be careful. A lot of troopers in here.
Remember, in canon now, I think he's been married 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, because it was Sana Staros at one point.
Sana, then there was some other character. He never married Kira, though that was like his high school sweetheart equivalent, I guess you could say.
Pelimato slept with a Jawa.
Why?
Quite furry.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed there are not enough clips of that furry thing, because I always have to hunt or make my own whenever I need to use that on Discord.
GIF.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm always disappointed. There is a sad lack of salad fingers reaction GIFs. I'll have like one of those clips pop into my mind, and I'm like, I can't be bothered to record this and convert it to a GIF.
You're just saying GIF repeatedly to cause me to twitch, aren't you?
Are you a GIF truther?
Yes.
Oh.
I thought we were going to play off this whole thing where we were just never going to acknowledge which side we were on and just let it go running, but now we have our impassable disagreement.
Oh man, yeah. Is this the end? No episode 2. We're done.
Yeah, we'll just both boldly and loudly keep saying GIF the way we believe it should be said. And
yeah, I mean,
never
if you
acknowledge it
want,
again.
I can record episode 2 on my own, and then I'll have you record episode 3 on your own. Like we divvy up the podcast like legal wise, where we get joint custody, but we never appear in the same room.
I couldn't do that. Too much fun. It's nice to be doing something like this again.
It's good to have a little bit of disagreement sometimes too.
Yeah, a little bit of friction never hurt no one.
Yeah, it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
Alright, now we got the caster out.
Wouldn't it be Han at the door again saying, hey, I'll be out here?
No, it's Sandan.
Oh.
You sure know how to make a guy feel welcome. Glad you're home, Chewbacca.
But I ever tell you my pitch for the holiday special team?
Oh, you've mentioned a little bit of it, but why don't you share the full team?
But basically, Life Day Chewbacca, and then the whole family, and basically full pacifist team where they're all like Mon Mothma, Wat Tambor, C-3PO, whatever. They summon a shield generator equivalent like the Gungans do, but it basically says as long as the Life Day orb is like on the field, pacifist units don't flee the battle. So you have a full team that will flee instantly if you kill their little summoned deal.
We have two-way communication, Trader.
And they're basically just all doing pacifist abilities to try and stay alive, protect the orb, and gain stacks of holiday cheer. And when they reach maximum holiday cheer, it plays like a little ultimate ability cutscene of them by the Tree of Life. And then it grants the pacifist tag to the entire enemy team, so they all retreat at once because they're overwhelmed with holiday cheer.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
Identification
Yeah.
is very important.
Because I'm a big fan. I've run, I think you've seen it in Territory when we've done some of the joke TWs. I have run the full pacifist team. Or I'll throw Greedo with a pacifist squad.
I think you won. I think you won one when I ran the volunteer poll.
Yeah, there was that contest.
For the listeners who aren't part of our guild.
Oh, they don't need to know. They're not part of the guild. Trade secrets.
No. Okay.
Oh, you can tell them if you want.
You have to come join our guild if you want to learn
audition.
our cool secret.
If you guys are listening, DM Egnards on Discord. Ask to be in the guild.
Just
tell him Maclunkey
DM
sent you.
Wookie memes. Just send him some random Wookie memes or Gungan memes or other silly memes that are just bizarre and out of the blue. Don't say anything, and if he responds, just be like, Maclunkey sent you.
Yeah.
He'd love that.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Life Day song.
We got the orbs.
I can totally see that as a shield generator in the game.
Yeah, you know, like just sitting there, just like boom.
Give the entire enemy team confusion whenever they use their Life Day orb because they don't quite understand what's happening.
Oh no, just have the enemy team's getting confusion anyway. They have no idea what any of the Wookiees are saying. They're like, what the hell am I watching?
Just imagine doing a kit reveal for them where all we're doing is saying, oh, I prefer to use warg, warg, warg. No, I use arg, arg, arg first.
Yeah, see, it's those four plus Sandan, and that's your team right there.
There's a whole bunch of Wookiees.
You know, they're all passing on into the Heaviside layer.
Like they're going into the world between worlds.
Shoot, do you think this is what inspired the world between worlds?
Oh my god.
Is this it? Is this the 1979?
Filoni is such a nerd that I could see that happening.
Maybe. I'm feeling it.
Or more, Sam Witwer and Filoni are talking about the idea of it, and Sam Witwer is like, hey, do you remember that holiday special scene? And Dave Filoni's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, say no more. Yeah, do you know the reason they have all these Life Day robes?
Probably to not have to make all those Wookiee costumes.
Yeah, they ran out of time, and they're like, we want a bunch of Wookiees on screen, but we cannot afford to make all of these costumes. So they just, I mean, it's like, it's a Snuggie before Snuggies existed. Oh,
but
yeah.
their paws aren't even out to hide that they don't have the paw costumes on, but
yeah.
Just imagine, oops, I dropped it.
Yeah.
Is 3PO's foot silver or gold?
Who knows, man? His arm's not red, that's all I know. You probably didn't recognize me without my red arm. I ripped the old one off and replaced it to be festive.
You know,
Chewbacca, we were so relieved to hear you were all right.
anytime I see Carrie Fisher in that outfit, I just remember her sharing that line about how they don't have underwear in space.
Yes.
This holiday is yours.
Oh,
We
man.
all share with you the hope that this day brings us closer to freedom.
I've nearly convinced my wife and daughter that she should try those space buns.
All the same in
Yeah.
our struggle against the powers of evil
Yeah,
and darkness.
one of these years.
I hope that this day will
Well,
always be a day
she's
of
already old
peace,
enough now. I
like a
missed the
lot.
opportunity. I was
education, and our
one of our
courage.
first Halloweens. I
Yeah.
wanted us to dress up. I was gonna be Mando,
This is the
and my wife had
Oh.
agreed to be Ahsoka, and then we were gonna dress up my daughter, little baby daughter, as Baby Yoda.
Oh, that would have been cute.
But you know, the pandemic was raging on at that time, and just felt like we're not gonna spend money on a bunch of costume stuff while we have a new baby, and
Yeah,
just
no, I
slip by.
feel you.
I still have. I actually placed an order for like this very premium Ando disruptor rifle from
Oh.
Nerf.
Yes.
And I totally forgot I pre-ordered this. I saw it on Amazon. I was like, I'm gonna buy this, and I forgot. And it
So
took
the
like a year
disruptor
for this to
rifle
release.
on the cartoon Boba MS page
Yeah,
art
that one.
is appropriate.
But it's
yeah.
a Nerf one that can fire a cartridge, and supposedly it has a good shot, like for distance. And I've never opened it other than once. I lifted the box to look at it and show it to a friend who was over. But the funny thing is, that thing showed up in the mail, and my wife's like, "What is this charge for like $150 or something?" I don't know. And I
Did
looked
someone
at her,
steal my credit
I
card?
pre-ordered because it was literally like I ordered it and it didn't.
Oh, it's one
I
of those
ordered
that doesn't charge until it ships.
Yeah.
I have
'cause
backed
it was-
myself into a Kickstarter corner on that one where I'm like, I've got $100 back.
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, it's like, wait a minute, I don't have $100 anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have the rifle still, but never dressed up, and so I'm like, do I sell it while it's pretty much mint, or do I actually take it out and play around with it? I don't know.
Yeah. Like my mom is actually a huge Star Wars fan, and I always joke that she raised me in Star Wars like one might raise a child in a religion. And I know she was one of the people who she was all in on the hype for Phantom Menace. And so, I mean, she shaved my head and made like horns out of clay and painted my face and like got a Darth Maul costume for like opening night. And that was always crazy. I still am looking for it. I have not found the pictures. I don't know if she has them somewhere in like some closet or something, but I've been looking for them.
Hopefully. That's really cool.
But that was wild. Like that, I would have been, I would have been fairly young for that too.
Those movie theater memories are something that I don't think we're gonna easily get back. Never mind how the landscape has changed with movies between the pandemic and people losing interest in movie theaters in general, but
yeah,
that Star Wars opening feeling, because the first ones I went to were the special editions.
Yes.
But then I remember the prequel ones. I went for opening day, Phantom Menace. There was a little niche theater back where I lived in a smaller town that had tickets available the same day. And episode 2, same thing. I showed up day of. They had just sold out, but a guy had bought too many, and so he sold them face value to me. But episode 3, I went opening night, and it was such an experience going to that. Like lines of people waiting in the theater lobby, going all the way out the doors before they open the actual theater rooms. And each line had like a different party. Like there was the arcade line by the arcade cabinets playing Dance Dance Revolution and other stuff. There were people with laptops and LAN cable wires, because this was pre-Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Playing
Where are they
StarCraft.
plugged in? Or no, they're just peer-to-peer. I thought you were saying they were like plugged into the internet.
They're either doing peer-to-peer, or some mad lad brought his own little LAN router to connect everyone to.
That's
but they were playing StarCraft. There were other ones where they were setting up other stuff. It was wild. People had laptops playing the other movies. Everyone was dressed up. I debuted my Wookie roar there, and I got an ovation in the movie
Oh,
theater
that's
for
awesome.
my mighty Wookie roar. 2 kids with lightsabers, one dressed as Vader, the other dressed as a version of Luke, ran up to the front, had a duel, and we were cheering like it was part of the movie.
Yeah, I know before the movie
Yoda,
started, I was dueling people with my little plastic lightsaber.
yeah, it like when Yoda bust his lightsaber out in Episode 2, the movie theater screamed.
Yeah.
Like it was excitement, it was bliss when these things happened. Episode 3 was fun, but I've
part
never
of
been to
Episode
another
3
movie.
spoiled for me.
Oh,
I got the
that's a
game.
shame.
I got the game from my grandmother before it came out, and like I remember I was playing the game, and like you're just going through like the little side scroller levels because I think it was on the Game Boy Advance, and then all of a sudden you go through and like kill Dooku, and I'm like, what the hell? Wait a minute. I guess that happens.
Well, I mean, something had to happen to him, I guess, since he's not around in the original series. But I went to the openings for like Lord of the Rings, and it was such a different environment for those films. There was some costumery and some cheer.
Yeah, I imagine it was a lot more serious at that time, a little more.
Like in the final one, Return of the King, me and my friends and I were lined up in a row. And it's that final battle when everything looks hopeless. The troll's about to smash Aragorn, and Gandalf's looking all muddy and sad, and Frodo has forsaken the ring or forsaken his duty and claimed it. And spoiler alert. But
I'll add a message. Spoilers for the holiday special. Spoilers for the Lord of the Rings. Did we spoil anything else while we were here?
Terminator. No, we didn't spoil Terminator.
No, I don't think we did.
But I leaned over to my friends and I whispered to the ones next to me. It's like, I know Eagles come and help in the books, and they go pick up Frodo. But wouldn't it be so cool right now if the Eagles came and just kicked the Nazgul's butts? And then right at that moment, the music changed, and the moth popped in front of Gandalf, and like a group of us there literally went, "Oh yes!" And the Eagles came in, pounding the Nazgul, and we stood up like a sports game, like a football goal.
Yeah.
And cheered.
Because it's crazy to see some of that stuff
Yeah.
where you see like a change to the source material where in that moment it was hype, where that could have easily been, this is just like a special edition edit moment.
Yeah. But everyone in the theater, which I guess to be fair, we were being loud and obnoxious on a theater opening night, but everyone told us to shut up. They were watching the movie. Everyone did not, no one else had that same excited sentiment we did. And this was opening night for Return of the King.
That's crazy.
And so it made me realize Star Wars fans have something different, which if you want to go down the rabbit trail of the Disney sequel trilogy, those had a similar tone. Like Last Jedi theater was the most shocking and subdued I've ever felt a theater.
Dude, those movies were so bad. I don't know if you're a sequel fan, but I am
absolutely
very much not. Oh,
absolutely
dude, they're
not.
so unpleasant. I remember I even disliked Force Awakens. And I remember my family, like my mom, she initially was very, very big fan of Force Awakens. And then after seeing this mystery box stuff didn't go anywhere, she has kind of turned on it since then. But initially she was like, okay, cool, Star Wars is back. And I'm like, I don't think it is. Granted, I personally hate Abrams.
Yeah, he's shown that he's more of a one-trick.
I think he's
one-trick half pony.
Yeah.
Like that meme of the
allegedly.
Draw the horse, and
don't
you see the fancy horse, and then as you get to each section, it gets to a stick horse at the end.
Oh yeah. It's a stick horse the whole way on, but it's wearing a fancy $1 million Halloween mask.
It's a couple Jawas inside of a horse costume.
Yeah, it's just all the puppeteers inside Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. Pull off the mask with a Scooby-Doo villain reveal.
Yeah, the one puppeteer that's just in there smoking a cigarette so that he can blow smoke out of Jabba's mouth.
Man, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that for Jabba.
No, yeah, there was one of the puppeteers, his job was to take a puff of the cigarette and blow it out through the mouth.
I mean, I was devastated when the EU was canonized and removed.
Dude,
Maybe not devastated, but I felt really put out. But I decided to keep an open mind.
Well, because the argument Yeah, the argument that I was giving, because I threw the biggest fit, and my wife's uncle was telling me, "Hey, it's cool, dude. It's just like when comics reset the continuity," and I'm like, "It's not. It's different. The continuity is more sacred here than it is in comics. It's like there's a universe, not a multiverse, when it comes to the Star Wars continuity." And then he was like, "No, it's cool. They're gonna avoid all the mistakes. It's gonna be one continuous thing. There's not gonna be a curveball halfway through where like a bunch of people are like, the Clone Wars is something that happened, but we don't know what it is, so we're just gonna tiptoe around it." And then the Clone Wars came out, and everyone's like, "What the hell? That was not what I thought it was." And like making all those continuity messes. They're like, it's going to be from scratch, not doing that. And then immediately they speed ran all the problems of the old EU continuity. And I'm like, dude, there's contradictions. There's all kinds of nonsense.
I literally copied the EU's homework, but got it all wrong. Picked all the bad parts of it and then made them worse instead of better. And
insane.
I was trying to keep an open mind because Marvel, right? Marvel was big at the time. And
Yeah.
I wasn't a comic book fan of the superheroes growing up. I was a Star Wars comic fan.
Yeah, the old like
So
Dark
I
Horse
learned
ones?
a lot when when the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie was coming out was really, and the X-Men, the Fox X-Men, like that was when I was like learning about the comic origins and stuff. So
And
I don't have the
didn't
same
read a lot of
nostalgia.
comics at that point, but yes, the Sam Raimi movies
Yeah.
introduced me to like Spider-Man, and then I got a bunch of the reference books, and I was just
Yeah,
reading
and-
like about comics and not reading comics.
Yeah, and so I was keeping over my like, well, these Marvel movies are clearly playing loose with some of the original stories, but they're spinning them in neat, unique ways that
And it
seem like
works.
they can stand on their own. And so I thought, okay, Force Awakens came out. Kylo Ren is Jason Solo, aka Darth Caedius, and then Rey looks like she's Jaina Solo, which is funny when I actually contemplated farming them in the game back when we were desperate for help with the Sith raid and needed it.
Yeah.
I was like, I was gonna copium my way through it by just pretending that it was Jason Solo
So
and
have
Jaina
you
Solo.
been an awakened Mando for that long?
No.
No, okay.
No, that was in my old guild.
That was in the old days, okay.
Yeah, the old guild, which I can go into more. I touched a little bit in the previous episode, but
yes, I do remember you mentioning that.
But there's a lot of fun nuggets of stuff I learned there because I was on the hype of Mandalorian season 2 when I rejoined the game.
It was pretty.
I was in.
You took.
I was in the delivery
I feel like
room
everyone's
for my
taken a
daughter.
hiatus.
Yeah, well, I was in a delivery room for my daughter. It was a long multi-day ordeal, long, rough induced thing due to all sorts of stuff I won't bore everyone with. But I decided to pick it up again because I was hyped about the Mando. I saw an ad for Mando and picked a random guild, and it was that guild that I had been in for 4 years. Literally, the guy who founded it had founded it about a month earlier with some of his local friends.
Oh wow!
And they're
so,
like, we're going to start from scratch.
Yeah, you just like hopped in on the ground floor.
I had 1.2 million GP or something like that, and like 6 Relic 12 characters, or no, I'm sorry, 6 Gear 12 characters. No relics, because relics weren't in the game last time I played.
Yes, I quit around when they first added relics for my like first big hiatus.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean when I came back. I'm like, what the hell is this crap?
It was wild. Darth Vader, I think, was my first, and then CLS was my second because it felt appropriate relic.
Because how could you not relic Vader?
Yeah,
I feel like that was also around the time he got his rework, and it's like this guy's freaking crazy.
He was in his prime rework because I joined beginning of the beginning of the year of 2021, and so he was in his prime. Him, Gas, Thrawn, Watt. They had all their prime because it was near the end of 2021 when the Great Nerf happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, it made a lot of sense at the time to relic him first. And I think Empire was a bit more meta at the time. I don't remember, but yeah. So I joined this guild. Obviously, was the most knowledgeable person there. Me and this one other guy. That the leader threw officerhood at us without even asking. It's like, you guys know what you're doing. Help me. So,
I had a similar experience when I got back into the game. I joined a random guild that was like way under level for me, and I was promoted to officer and eventually leader. And like I had just I stuck with it for a while, but like things started falling apart. I backed out of there, and I felt bad because I'm like feel like I gave that guild like 6 months of just the craziest rewards and boost in power that they've ever had, and then the guild immediately like imploded and got destroyed.
That's a shame. Mine didn't. They're quite self-sufficient and doing quite well. I was really torn up about leaving them because I had been there through it all. I was soloing Rancor for them because they couldn't even beat Rancor. They didn't even get enough people for TW.
I was soloing heroic Sith raid for a while there.
I got a hard stop at 10 minutes.
Hard stop in 10 minutes. Okay, cool.
From Mrs Stratos. So
yes.
She's got something she wants to do. So I'm gonna have to.
Understandable.
Trade off there, but yeah.
This
so
is
I
probably
went
the
through
most
everything with them.
unimportant thing you can do with your time. Being in a Maclunkey video.
We're in agreement on it. So she just is telling me when the hard stop is. So
yeah.
But yeah, I walked through all of that through TW. I had only done Hoth. I had never touched Geonosis.
Geonosis was a pain. So I had to build spreadsheets for the guild, and I was like, this is freaking exhausting. And I mean, you're a TW officer for Awakened Bandos. It seems a little bit exhausting. Granted, there's like better modern tools to be an officer now than what I was using at the time, but hats off to all of you officers.
Hot Utils and Echo Base have been lifesavers for running those things, and I was proud of the achievements I did there. We had one of the best start to GP ratios in the entire game.
Yeah.
Like I would comb the lists when they'd post them periodically, and comb like .gg and all that stuff, and I realized, you know, in like the I think it was that late 20s, early 30 stars, we had one of the highest star counts. There were like a handful ahead of us that clearly were like whale guilds that were moving up. So I was always proud of that and bragged about that for forever. And so we ran that really good. The TW, really cool. TB, with the raids. But you know, the Sith raid we had to rely on mercs, and we wanted to get out of that because it was turning into a bit of an uncomfortable situation where they were trying to just take all the rewards. Free reward equality. You know, they were like, we should be first in all of your raids. It's like, well, we want to give our members a chance to at least score. Like, well, then if they can solo it, then they could take first from us, and we're leaving our guild to help you. And it was like
it was
whole
a tough
thing.
Time.
So it was like, okay, I could rush Slicker just to do
because
it.
Slicker could, I mean, if you were modded correctly, you could solo, or if not, at least you could get deep into that raid.
Yeah, that's my dream one day. Like, if I'm gonna quit the game, I'm gonna take my 501st all to relic, whatever the max relic level is. I'm gonna join some little guild that'll let me solo Sith for them, because I always wanted to solo it with gas, and I got into P4. I never finished.
So is that like your retirement plan of like, hey, like I'm going out to pasture, I'm living on the farm, I'm just having my gas?
It sounds like so much work to do. Yeah. I feel like the point when I decide to quit, I'm not even going to want to bother with that. Maybe I already took gas to R10 as my second. Those are my two favorites, Hondo and gas. So now I'll actually hoard it and be serious with relics. Relic 10.
I'm a big like Jabba and Leia kind of guy. Like Jabba was my first GL because like that was the push. Because I stopped playing for a long while. I got back in, and then I started playing like more like for a little bit, and then I like kind of would go back and forth, and like it was at this point probably about 3.5 years ago or something like that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go real competitive. I'm gonna like get in on board of this, and like I got Jabba, I had Executor, and I had JML back when like that triangle was like the big thing. And then they announced Leia was coming out, so I'm like, oh cool, let me grab Leia and like add her onto the mix. And then the LSBs came out, so I'm like, oh shoot, like I went from like this like triangle farm like optimized whatever to like get back into the competitive arena, and then all of a sudden now I have like 5 GLs, and I'm like in this weird spot, and I'm like, okay, I did a lot of guild hopping where I'm like, oh, let me join this guild. The other guild rewards I was farming, like a lot of like snowballing sort of momentum. And then we had some non-participators in that guild, and so I jumped ship to another guild, and they were had like a really great community, but after a while, again, that kind of lack of participation and competitiveness in some of the things. And I was like, I need to get these rewards, like things are slipping. And I joined a guild that was like super militant and like competitive and just a terrible vibe, and like had no community with them. but I got a lot of stuff farmed and a lot of great rewards. And then I got I was more active in Slice of Otagunga, and I got a foot in the door with Egnards and got into Awakened Mandos when there was an opening. And it's been that perfect blend of like, this is just competitive and militant enough where we're getting good rewards, we're getting stuff done, but there's a lot of great people in here that I can like actually talk to rather than just hopping on and be like, what's my order, sir?
Yeah. And I think that's essential for long-term success, is to have a good community, have a good group of people. I had that at my old guild, and I think that's why it was so hard to leave. But what I also realized is, despite what I thought I was doing, the guild drifted a bit more casual, not in a fully negative way, but not to the level I was hoping for.
Casual,
and it was
but
like,
not
I either have to
casual.
be a hard ass, or I have to accept how it is. And I was like, I'm not willing to accept it. I got a lot more I want to do in the game. And it was clear that if I attempted to force the guild, I would essentially cause all the important people who mattered most in the guild, were the core, to move on or quit for the most part.
Yeah,
And I
either
was like,
needed to leave or they needed to leave, and
well, I felt like them leaving wasn't an option. It would be, let's try to destroy this guild. And I think some of them might have been a little worried I was gonna do that, like not
like
let
some
go.
poaching, or
because I made some jokes about like, I'm not leaving this role till I'm dead or something, because there was a joke that our former leader's like dream tune was Sith Ray. And so there was a joke, oh, maybe he'll come back if he wants to, he can take leadership back. And I made this joke, I'm not going to pry you're going to pry leadership out of my cold dead hands. And maybe someone thought, oh, he's serious, he's going to tank us in the name of efficiency. And I was like, no, I'd rather them succeed on their own best they can in the way they want to do, and I'll move on to a place. But it felt really similar in vibe to Awakened Mando. So I jokingly think that the difference is Egnards refers to Awakened Mandos as a competitive casual guild, and I referred to my old guild, SFB, as a casual competitive guild. So flip them around.
Yeah.
As sort of the joke difference.
Yeah, that kind of like socialist democrat versus democratic socialist distinction. They seem
like
very
that,
similar,
yeah.
but they're drastically different.
Appreciate you for doing that. It's like I haven't been pushed to do it enough, and
No,
I'm excited. I felt bad I missed it, even though it turned into a glorious opportunity for you. But
man,
I don't want to miss any more, because
I'm winging life every single day. I look those gift horses in the mouth and just I climb in there and see what they have to offer.
Yeah, I just need to motivate myself to do that.
No, I was anyway. Yeah, I've been planning to do a podcast with Vance where we rewatch, because he hasn't seen half of the Star Wars movies. So I had an idea for a podcast where I would sit down with Vance and we would watch Star Wars movies, or at least like episodes of the Clone Wars, and treat it like a book club, and then compare like what SWGoH tunes showed up. He has not contacted me back, so I am very thankful to be doing a podcast with you. Anything to rip off Egnards. You have a wonderful night, Stratos. I will let you go. You are at the hard cutoff.
So yeah, whatever you want to do, I'm down to do it in the future, because it's fun.
Yeah,
time permitting.
Absolutely. I hope all of you, audience, have enjoyed this holiday special episode of Omicron Guidelines, and we will see you for our regularly scheduled episode 2 at some point in January, scheduling permitting.
Remember, until next time, SWGoH me, Captain. Y'all really want to know? It means I'd own you like a noob in Quake 2.